It's Nolan. What's going on, y'all? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome to Friday Night Live, okay? So, with all the new subscribers and everybody, I want to welcome y'all to this new thing we're going to be doing. Probably not every Friday, but just periodically when we have topics on the docket that I don't necessarily want to do individual videos about. We're going to bundle them up together and just talk about them in one fell swoop. For those of y'all that are tuned in, I appreciate y'all coming through. Make sure y'all drop a line in the chat. Let me know where y'all checking in from. You know what I'm saying? As y'all can see, we got Megan Thee Stallion on the lineup. We got Doja Cat, Kevin Hart, Keith Lee, and KingFace. So, gonna be talking about some stories that are kind of going viral. They haven't gone like massively viral, but you know, whatever. We're gonna start with Megan Thee Stallion. I'm gonna give y'all a couple more minutes to get in here, a couple seconds, not minutes, to get in here. What up, Jackie Wise? Good evening. The homie Naries, what's up? Yurt. Kemi Bello here from Jamie's channel. My videos are entertaining. I thank you so much. I appreciate it. Good vibes to start it out. I'm with that. So like I said, we're going to kick it off with Megan Thee Stallion. Now, I just reported a couple days ago that Megan Thee Stallion is #1 on Billboard charts as far as the Hot 100. As of today, Megan Thee Stallion is also #1 on the Global 200. And this is her fourth #1 streaming song in her career. So she's piling them up, getting them together. Shout out to Megan Thee Stallion, man. This Hiss record is going super viral. You know, Nicki Minaj has been trying to refute the success of this record, but it just continues to grow. The more that she spoke on it, the more that she hated on it, and the more that the Barbs talked about it as well, it continued to grow, which is pretty much how it goes. Even if you don't like something, you're still promoting it if you're talking about it. Neri says we tuned in. I appreciate that, man. For sure, for sure. Yup. So, let's get to it. Megan Thee Stallion's Hiss is quite the hit. In addition to topping Billboard's Hot 100, it is now top Billboard's Global 200 chart and its streaming chart. According to Luminate, Hiss drew 39.6 million official streams worldwide in its first week. That's pretty massive. The publication notes that it's rare for hip-hop songs to lead the Global 200, but Meg actually did it once before alongside Cardi B for WAP. So this is her biggest solo hit in her career. And again, they say that it's rare for hip-hop artists to top this chart, so she's knocking down an incredible feat. Outside of Megan Thee Stallion taking this, Doja Cat is the only other woman rapper to hit the top with Paint the Town Red, while Drake and Jack Harlow are the only male rappers to have done it. So this is rare air, okay? It's only Doja Cat, Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B that have rose to these ranks. All right, don't let nobody tell you different. That's just what it is. Okay, it's a stacked itinerary. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna get to it. Shout out to 10-1. Shout out to Jackie Wise, Black Seductress. What it is, you've been here from the jump, from the beginning. Appreciate you tuning in. Moving right along, they say as for their streaming songs chart, Meg's #1 makes for her fourth chart topper, which puts her in good company. Right. This chart was created in 2013, so only Cardi, Lil Baby, and Miley Cyrus have also had 4 #1s on it. Of course, Drake is up there too. He leads all acts with 20 #1 hits, but as you can see, she's on her way. Now, getting back to Nicki, Megan Thee Stallion celebrated his topping the Billboard Hot 100 by drinking Hennessy out the bottle with a straw, just like Nicki had alluded to on Bigfoot, to rub it in her face. And of course, Nicki's been saying that the machine is what's propelling Megan Thee Stallion up to these heights all of a sudden. But to be honest, if you're beefing with the top female rapper of all time, yes, that's gonna put new eyes on you. People that may have written you off or maybe didn't understand your music. Y'all put both of them in the square and you knock out the reigning queen. Of course, you're gonna be the new champ. And that's just what it is right now. Until Nicki gets her get back and drops a legit song of her own, she's kind of getting moved to the side. It doesn't mean that she's not legendary. It doesn't mean that she didn't break all the records before. It's just new records for new women. And that's the way it's supposed to go. Jay-Z can't be the top nigga forever. He might be the legacy act of all time, but there's new niggas, there's new Drakes, there's new 21 Savages breaking records and shit. Like, don't go out kicking and screaming. It's really crazy how all these fan bases came together to support Meg. It was a nice moment though. Yes, and I hopefully they can carry that on, or else it's gonna be, it's gonna be a rough drop if she can't continue to keep this going. But I think if she drops a solid album, solid 3 singles, and just does what she needs to do, she'll be in a good position. We're not going to talk about Megan all night. I just wanted to start the show with her because she's been the topic of the conversation for the last 2 weeks, and we can't move forward without acknowledging the accolades that this record Hiss is getting, again, with no hooks, no nothing, just straight bars. Like, that just does not happen very often in hip-hop. It's rare. Now, moving on to the next story, Kevin Hart. Now, I'm sure y'all are very familiar with Kevin Hart and his issues with his ex-assistant, Miss Miesha Shakes, and YouTuber, content creator, Tasha K. He's still battling this out with the both of them. Like, he put out a cease and desist. He tried to put a lawsuit out to get it expedited for them to basically make Tasha K take down all remnants of the interview that they conducted. Unfortunately, the judge has not granted that. So his ex-assistant is now coming out, Miss Miesha Shakes, and she has filed her own petition with the courts. Okay. She denies that she had conducted any sort of defamation towards him. And her reasoning is, we'll get to the reasoning, but she's demanding that his lawsuit be dismissed from the court as well. So they're going to keep going back and forth, paperwork gangster. Okay. Now, Miss Shakes, she worked for Kevin Hart from August of 2017 to October 2020, and she denied all allegations of wrongdoing in Hart's complaint. We'll get to his complaint shortly. But for her, she argues that Kevin Hart's lawsuit failed to explain any specific statements that she made that he believed were defamatory. Basically saying, you didn't watch the interview, you didn't put no quotes in there, you just want to get this thing scrubbed from the internet. Because honestly, Kevin Hart don't fuck around, right? I appreciate everybody tuning in the chat. Shout out to Kimmy Bello, like I said, Brianna B. Hey, Nay, what's good, Nay? Scotty Film, Sonia Pearson, Regia McCrary. Appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm going to put y'all comments on the screen, but I'm going to keep going with the Kevin Hart thing as well. All right. So, in addition, she said that his claims are barred because the statements challenged as false and defamatory to the extent that they can be determined are substantially true. So she's saying you can't say I'm making defamatory claims against you because I was telling the truth on your ass, man. You can't say I'm lying. So how are you going to try to tell me I can't tell my truth online? I don't know why the phone is ringing, but we're going to have to keep this thing moving. Let me send a text out real quick, y'all. Bear with me. Bear with me, y'all. We're going to keep this thing moving. Some of Nicki's fans don't want to accept that Nicki can't reign over. None of her fans want to accept that. Let's keep that all the way a buck. All right. But yeah, Miss Miesha Shake says, we're not finna do that. I ain't tell no lies on your ass. Her lawyer added to some of those statements saying that they were simply Shake's opinion. So how can you knock somebody for their opinion? Which, that's a cop-out. It's a very creative cop-out. Can't even lie. But I think Kevin Hart and his team might be able to backfire against that. They say, what's this? It's not defamation if it's true. We all know Kevin cheats on his wife. I won't say that I know he cheats on his wife. I know that he's cheated in the past in other relationships. Some people would say once a cheater, always a cheater. I don't know if that's true. I don't want Kevin Hart coming to my channel playing them fucking games because Kevin really don't play. He'll knock your shit down. He'll goddamn totally block your content if you don't like what you said about him. So I'm going to try to be as neutral as possible. I'm just giving out the accounts. I'll let y'all say what y'all want in the comments though. Okay? Now, Hart's ex-assistant denied that she acted with malice during this sit-down interview. Further, she said Hart was not damaged by her statement, saying, hey, based on what I said about you, nothing has stopped. You're still in business. You're still able to move about freely. You're not in jail. Nobody's calling you in for questioning. I just said what I wanted to say. Now, for some people that will be in Kevin Hart's corner and Kevin Hart himself, you know, he did have her sign an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement in the past. I think that was contingent upon him firing her from her job and paying her off. I believe he paid her for an additional 2 or 3 years after she was let go. Unfortunately, Miesha is now saying that the NDA was invalid and illegal. She says that it could not be enforced based on mental or physical incapacity, which prevented her from having the legal capacity to enter into this contract. Okay? So I don't know if she's trying to say that she was mentally not in a good place, mentally inebriated, if she was under the influence of drug or alcohol. But she says, you can't hold anything I say against me, and you can't hold this non-disclosure against me either, because it's no longer valid, because I don't even remember being put under that motherfucker. I wasn't in the right mind state. Okay? Sheesh. As a result, Miss Shakes demands all claims against her be dismissed. Okay? Now, Kevin Hart claims that she spread lies about him during the sit down, and to make matters worse, he claimed Tasha K published the interview online and had an associate of her team call his team. He says that, we all know this story. He said that the associate basically was trying to strong arm him out of $250,000 if he didn't want the interview to air. It never really did air on YouTube. There was clips that went live and some stuff on social media, but it was really held behind a paywall on Tasha K's website. So unless he paid for it or somebody on his team paid for it, they really don't know all the contents that were spoken about in the interview to begin with, which is a very slick way of pulling that off. Yeah. I don't know what was wrong with her. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if she was under the influence. I don't know if she was sniffing Gorilla Glue. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if maybe she felt like she had, if she had a little bit too much tequila during the lunch hour when she signed it. But she say this shit don't hold no weight. I was not in my right mind when I signed it. Okay? Again, Kevin Hart fired off a cease and desist to Tasha that warned her the interview was a breach of her NDA, and he paid her for an additional 3 years after her employment ended, which makes him feel like, hey, I'm justified. Like, we had an agreement in place. You said you weren't going to talk shit about me, and you violated it since then. For those of y'all that may not have heard some of her remarks, I'm going to play a clip of her and Tasha K, Miss Miesha Shakes. No real harsh allegations, but enough to just let people know that she allegedly has some dirt on him, right?
The machine you worked for was the Harts.
Yes.
Kevin Hart.
Aniko Hart.
What made you reach out?
It is a time for Hollywood to hear this story, especially because a lot of people are locked in non-disclosures and they're not able to talk and protect themselves. Mm-hmm. But you have to protect the person you're working for. Where's your protection?
When did things start to turn up around there?
The extortionist. I'm listening to Mario on the radio in the morning. I almost crashed my car because I heard him say that Kevin's best friend, JT Jackson, had set him up.
In exchange for millions of dollars.
All the charges were dropped against JT, but they weren't dropped against Kevin.
They redug up, I guess, old LGBTQ jokes or something.
Correct.
That he was saying on Twitter, and they wanted him to apologize, and he said, fuck you.
Haley is his publicist.
So they going all the way back into some old ancient history, you know what I'm saying? The LGBTQ thing about when he was supposed to host the Oscars and he went out kicking, screaming, said, I'm not going to do it. They talking about that, making at least reference to it.
So she called me. She was just like, hey, Miesha, have you spoke to Kevin? I was like, no. I was like, Dave Becky just called me, his manager. Why? And then she was like, the whole Oscar thing, Kevin needs to say an apology. He's about to lose Nike.
The first scandal was with the first baby.
Correct.
The one in Vegas.
Yes.
So these other scandals.
It's another one in the office.
she pregnant again.
Correct, with her second
And
baby.
he's still leaving semen stains all over the couch at the
Yes.
Heartbeat Studio.
Correct.
And showering and then going home.
Damn. So they saying he cheating in the office. Like you couldn't even find a woman like away, like out of town, another country. Like you sleeping around allegedly in your office. You got to be a stupid motherfucker to get fired on your day off.
Like,
I told Nico, like, Kevin is cheating on you with a girl named Mix Morgan. She's his flight attendant. She's on his planes.
does Kevin have a gambling problem or something?
His game is poker.
He
Sorry.
gambled y'all money away and had to pay y'all half checks?
Yes. Well,
Gambled away the money and paid half checks. Kev. Gotta hit nigga with the Shannon Sharp. Kev. Skip. You can't be fucking off the money, man, and then paying niggas half check. No, come out of your paycheck, nigga. You getting $20 million a movie. Fuck going on, man?
exactly.
Allegedly.
It was Leland. Leland was messing with our money. But I said, here she is.
Ooh! She got it. She on vacation every day. When you see a bitch and all she do is post vacation pictures with no nigga beside her, the nigga taking the picture. She say, nah, baby. Yeah, you know I'ma take the pictures for you as many angles as you want, but I can't to ensure he don't go up in these motherfucking photos.
Right. Nico, I love you. I'm not going to speak bad on her.
Aniko's pretty.
Aniko's my girl.
I'm gonna let the winos judge. I'm gonna put up a side-by-side wife versus.
Now, Tasha K knows she messy as hell for putting up a picture of this lady versus a picture of his wife. I ain't even gonna get into all that, but come on, man. You know if you get the IG model or the side piece for Kevin Hart, it's gonna be different. What up, Latasha? So I ain't even gonna go no further with that. So Miss Miesha Shakes and Tasha K are both fighting back. They not really standing up for this whole lawsuit thing. So they're both trying to get this case tossed out. We'll see if it happens. Probably not. But as I stated before, Miesha is trying to use the grounds that she was not in the right mental state to accept an NDA. And that is why she believes all claims against her should be basically taken out. That's where we stand on that. We'll have to see what else happens. Proceedings will be starting soon if they don't get thrown out. But I don't know if Kev's going to win. Next story we got in the docket is about Doja Cat's mom. A couple weeks ago, this thing hit the net. Allegedly, her brother has been abusive to the family. So much so that Doja's teeth were allegedly knocked out at one point. Her mom would fear for her life. Well, as of today, her mother's restraining order against her own son, Doja Cat's brother, has been granted by a judge. Ain't that about some shit? Ah, man. Some of these celebrities be having the craziest fucking families. Yeah, that's you on the screen, Nikki. No doubt. So yeah, Doja Cat's mom, Deborah Elizabeth Sawyer, was granted a permanent restraining order, against 30-year-old son Raymond Dalitando Dlamini after making a bombshell abuse claim in court. According to court documents, a hearing was held on Sawyer's petition for protection against her own fucking son. The son, however, did not appear in court despite being served with notice of the hearing. The judge heard testimony from Doja's mom before granting her a request for said restraining order. This judge said that the order will expire January 31st, 2029. So for the next 5 years, she will be protected from her child. Some crazy stuff, man. I don't know what the fuck going on, but I'm glad that at least she has the protection she needs. Now, in Doja's mom's filing, she claimed that she had become increasingly concerned about her son's behavior. She asked that the court order him to stay 100 yards away from her, Doja, and his own son, who's 13 years old. Sawyer claimed that her son had been violent in the past and even knocked out Doja's teeth, as I stated before. During one incident, she said that he had given her bruises and destroyed other property of Doja. Okay? She claimed her son talked to Doja in a very degrading and demeaning manner and made her feel unsafe and traumatized. Unfortunately, the court said that Doja needed to file her own restraining order against him in order to get her own protection, but she hasn't since come out with that. And I guess she doesn't really need to, because she has the agency to move about the world freely. She can live wherever the fuck she wants. She could be wherever the fuck she wants. She doesn't necessarily have to be at home with the mom. So I guess that kind of makes sense. And I'm sure she didn't want any press, although she still received it because her mom came out. In her petition, Sawyer claimed her son had choked her and threatened to hit her several times. She said that she was often berated by him, and that he's made so many comments that are deeply hurtful and offensive that I feel I have had to block him from memory just to go on day after day. He uses bullying tactics to manipulate me into giving him money, more money than what is rational and reasonable. It puts additional stress on me to work hard, and then he abuses me, and it's hard for me to recover to complete my actual work tasks. Furthermore, she says the possibility of having a peaceful household to raise my grandson. The grandson is this nigga's child. So she raising your motherfucking kid, and you're abusing her. You're threatening her. You're coming around asking for money while she taking care of your fucking child. Telling you, man, some of these niggas need to be put down for good on some Dr. Umar shit, man. She says the possibility of having a peaceful household to raise my grandson is completely compromised with this erratic behavior. There are many times that the son does not even want him to come over to the house. Okay? One of her quotes says that this man called her a effing lazy, nasty white bitch, and that no man would ever want her. As how could you talk to your mama like that? I couldn't even fathom that from a lover, but from your own child to say some shit like that, man. God damn. Need his ass whooped till he stopped breathing. I'm sorry. Again, Doja's mom now has the permanent restraining order in place, and Doja will have to file her own paperwork if she would like to move forth. So prayers up for that family. Prayers up for that 13-year-old grandson for having to witness this type of shit. Even if you don't like Doja Cat, you know, or however you feel about her, that shit is fucked up. We're going to move on to the next story, though. More recently, it's been revealed that Keith Lee had to come out and make a statement because somebody is posing out in Indianapolis about All-Star Weekend, saying he's coming to town, charging people to come test out the food in their restaurants. Okay? People are out here charging thousands upon thousands of dollars, saying that they're going to have Keith Lee in attendance. And he has to let people know this is completely false. Okay? Food influencers are scamming small restaurants in Indianapolis in the name of popular food reviewer Keith Lee, charging them thousands of dollars for access to him and his massive audience. Keith Lee took to social media this morning to make clear he does not charge to review restaurants. Okay? So the Keith Lee effect has just gotten way too fucking too viral. Because now we got people out here claiming to be him or claiming to be associated with him. But unfortunately, they trying to pocket the money when he don't even charge people to show up. So I'm going to play some audio of Keith Lee defending himself and letting the world know he has nothing to do with these people, nothing to do with these claims, and he just wants to be left the fuck alone to play basketball next weekend. Okay?
I would rather not make this video, but it's come to my attention. People scamming on my behalf, and I don't want nobody falling victim to it. So let's talk about it. Before I say anything, it was leaked. I don't know how it was leaked, but it was leaked that I'll be in Indianapolis for NBA All-Star Weekend, which is true. But what's not true is what was brought to my attention. Apparently, food influencers that live in Indianapolis are going around the restaurants and charging these restaurants a fee and guaranteeing them that we coming and we gonna try the food and it's gonna be a line out the door. That's not true. We going to Indianapolis for the game and the game only. Yes, we might try some food while we there, but we not going there for food tour. And besides that, no place that we go to do we charge small restaurants for anything. We don't charge for showing up. We don't charge for reviews. We don't charge if there's a line out the door. We don't charge even if you open 3 or 4 locations after we leave. At no point do I want any money from any small restaurant. I always stay true to myself on this journey, and I will always stay true to myself on this journey. Even when I wasn't making no money off of social media, or when I wasn't making no money in general, I wasn't charging these small restaurants. And even now that I'm blessed to live the lifestyle that we live, I'm still not charging, and I won't charge. I'm not charging those restaurants anything. And if anybody has ever told you anything differently, they lying. They not with me. Cap, a lie is not to be trusted. Get them out of here. And the numbers they supposedly charging is crazy. $7,000 to $20,000, allegedly. I'm making this to say, if you are a restaurant owner and you see me while we in Indianapolis, don't come to me and my family and say, you took this money and you ain't show up for no review. I didn't take no money. I'm not showing up for no review. I didn't promise anything. I'm going to play basketball. I don't want no smoke. God bless you. Have an amazing day. Y'all be safe.
So there we have it. Keith Lee comes out and lets it be known he has nothing to do with any of these people. And I just think it's fucked up. You know what I mean? Because $7,000 to $20,000 coming out of small businesses' pockets and somebody trying to pocket that shit. Like, you're at this point, you're actually threatening Keith Lee's safety when he comes into Indianapolis, because you're setting up this precedent and this expectation that he's supposed to come to somebody and there's a nice size ticket on the line, which is probably more money than some of these businesses have even made in their fucking place of business, right? So he come into town prancing around, trying to go to the basketball game, loving on his girl, his wife and shit. And niggas come up to him, hey, you was supposed to come to my restaurant, what the fuck? Indianapolis, Naptown. Y'all might not know, Naptown is violent. Them Gary, Indiana motherfuckers, man. Shit. It's war zone out that bitch, man. So I would hate for shit to get out of line. Build up and stand up for the foolishness, but tearing that, am I down for doing something positive? Yeah, they are tearing them down. I don't understand it. But unfortunately, I won't say this is a black thing, because I don't know if it's black folks. I would assume it is, but I don't know for sure. But niggas will find any type of way to scam somebody, man. We are in the fucking scam era. It's been this way for like 6 years. Scams been going for a long time, but like now the scams done hit families. Like, you can't even trust your motherfucking brother, sister, auntie, cousin, nobody no more, man. Niggas just doing all type of shit. Clearly you can't trust brothers. We just saw that with Doja Cat. It's fucking sad, man. But prayers up for him and his family as they embark on All-Star Weekend next weekend. I don't know how you can even curb something like this, because even though he put this video out, there's still going to be some people that get scammed out of money because they're not on TikTok, they're not watching it. And somebody's going to come out on the side of green. It's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Even with me talking about this motherfucker, like, somebody going to get got if they haven't already. Okay? So I just had to talk about that. He's been on his whole Keith Lee friends and family tour thing, and he made it very clear that Indianapolis is not one of those stops. So if you know anybody in Naptown that has a small business or a restaurant, try to inform them if you can. Like, hey man, it's easy to say you don't think your friends and family will get got like that, but you'll be very much surprised. Just give them a little nudge. Now, as y'all also see on the thumbnail, we have this guy, KingFace. He was a MAGA influencer. He's actually been deceased for a couple years now, but for some reason, he went viral all over again today. And it's because people are just now actually discovering that he died of HIV. Okay? Now, if that were the end of the story, I don't think anybody would care. I mean, people die from HIV. People have had that issue for years. But I guess the fact that he was also a MAGA advocate, he went viral with this clip here. After getting the $1,200 stimulus money, he decided to be a complete coon. I hate to say that against you since you're not here to defend yourself, but this is what your actions in life showed us.
This is the new era of racism. I need that racism. I like it. I like it. If that's racist, let me get more of that. Facts. This is the new.
Went out sad like that, wearing all red, Make America Great Again merch for $1,200 measly ass dollars. Probably got you enough money to make the clothes on your back custom, and you want more racism. Crazy. Yeah, he's dead. He been gone for a while. But for whatever reason, he went re-viral today, as people are just now discovering that he's dead, I guess. Some people. And they're also putting out the story of the woman he infected with HIV, and she's been sharing her story ever since. Like, her entire Instagram is composed of stories about dealing with HIV, talking about how she ended up contracting it from this man and how it's completely changed her life. It's wild. So this young lady, I don't know what her real name is, but she goes by Ayo Binks. She comes out and says, I've been living with HIV for over a year now because of KingFace. Many are bullying me into keeping silent, but no one will shame me from my truth. On the night of March 12, 2019, I blacked out drunk and spit on some guy. I now know he was following me and recording me. I was only defending myself. He punched me in the face due to that. He actually has footage of this and has been harassing me with it. What people don't know is that the person who saved me that night also killed me. KingFace took me to his house and had unprotected sex with me. So KingFace, I guess, was the one who stepped in, found her, took her to safety, and then proceeded to have unprotected sex with her right after she was assaulted by another man. Interesting. She says, I have no recollection of any of it. When I woke up that morning, I asked him if we had sex and if we used a condom. He refused to answer. I should have gone straight to the doctor after that. Instead, I spent the day driving around with him telling me how lucky I was to have met him because my night could have been way worse. A part of me did feel lucky I was alive and in the arms of a man who was willing to protect me, so I thought, and so he claimed. From that day on, I was his woman. He was my man. He made sure of it. He professed his love for me less than 10 days later. So, as we could see, the love bombing commenced. He basically convinced her into becoming his girlfriend, and I'm sure she regrets that. Okay. 3 to 4 weeks later, I came down with flu-like symptoms, fevers, cold sweats. My body broke out in hives, sores in my mouth. I went to the hospital immediately. The doctors couldn't find anything. Nothing was showing up in my blood, the acute stage. After the first night I was in the hospital, I went to urgent care on 3 separate nights because I literally felt I was dying. Face invited me to his place. I told him I didn't want to go because I didn't know what was going on and I didn't want to risk him getting sick. His exact words were, quote unquote, "You can't get me sick." Now, I'm sure at the time when he told her that, she thought it was just endearing. You know how it be when you with your, significant other, you say some shit. Oh, you can't get me sick, man. I'm Superman out there, bit. Nah, he knew he couldn't get sick because he already was with the shits. Living with the shits. I didn't know how true that was. In June 2019, I went back to the doctor because something didn't feel right. Your HIV test came out positive. The first person that came to mind was him, my baby, and how that meant he too was at risk. I don't know. I guess she was pregnant with his child. Shit. How he needed to get tested immediately and be put on meds. That day never came. The months following my diagnosis were painful. Face refused treatment, refused to talk about it, and refused to see a doctor. He'd shut me up the moment I bring it up. He was always in pain. Never gained weight. She said he was big. He drank amphetamine every day. I don't know what that is, but whatever. She said strange marks would randomly appear on his body. Getting an erection was painful for him, so he'd resent her after having sex. Yet, he never got sick how I did. What I knew, but was in denial about, was that you can't get reinfected with the same strain. He had it, and he knew what he had given me. Still, I stayed. I believed my love for him would inspire him to go to the doctor. Like I said, the day never came. This is very fast. Within 10 days, you professed love, and y'all just was inseparable ever since. In October 19, I found out he'd given me chlamydia. Well, I guess it can't get no worse. Giving me chlamydia. Not only was he cheating on me, which I knew, I guess, he was not using protection, thus knowingly infecting other women. It does get worse. The week before he gave me chlamydia, he'd gone to a college party in Nassau and didn't come home that night. I can only assume the worst. I left him the day I found out. He went on to go to Miami Carnival the following weekend, I believe. Since finding out that he was fighting for his life, I came across at least 4 other women that Face intentionally gave HIV to. I'm just gonna pause for the cause real quick. This is some crazy shit. You said what? Who are we talking? We talking about KingFace, the dude in the left over here. He's not a celebrity. He was a MAGA influencer. He had gone viral a couple times. He had amassed a following of about 150,000 people on Instagram. He had about the same on Facebook. He was like a viral online guy. All right. That's when I decided to do the live to let them know that they weren't alone. To these women, I'm sorry you're going through this. I'm so thankful for your courage, for your hearts. I hope my life is a testimony of what is possible. I'm happy, I'm loved, and in love. So she's found a new man. She's engaged. I think she's actually married now, which is amazing for her that she's able to find love. I have an amazing support system and a great team of doctors. Every day isn't easy, but sharing this truth finally takes so much weight off my shoulders. I want to leave this post on a positive note, pun intended. Damn. I'm the most fearless person I know, and I'm so proud of the journey I'm on and the woman I've become. Thank you to my love, Jay. You've shown me what unconditional is. My mother, Sandra. You'll go to hell and back for me. My BFF, Hannah. You were the first person I called. You brought me back to life, and you helped me put one foot in front of the other. So, what's interesting, she came out and let it be known that he died from HIV and that he had also given it to her and at least 4 other women. But at the time when this man actually died in 2020, they were keeping this pretty low. He had a friend by the name of Rob Smith, who was also a fellow conservative hanging out with the MAGA crowd. He came out and they basically tried to say that he was having complications, from like a kidney infection, which I'm quite sure is probably true because HIV is going to attack different areas in your body and stuff like that. It's autoimmune. But they raised about $80,000 when he was hospitalized. He was in the intensive care unit after refusing treatment, after refusing to go get tested. This woman that he was dating at the time was pleading with him and he refused to do it, but he was still out here gallivanting around trying to be a part of Donald Trump's campaign and whatnot. He eventually went into a coma following said kidney infection that spread throughout his body. However, it was KingFace's wish that his medical issues remain private while he was hospitalized. Yeah. So that's the story on KingFace. He's been going viral all day today. People have been spreading the video of him saying, if that's racism, I need more of that. Oh, snap. And here we are. Somebody says all he did on Queen's Flip platform was argue and scream at women, calling them bitches and threaten them. Yeah, I seen some of his content online. I seen he was always very aggressive and everything. Didn't really care for the guy. I didn't know him or anything like that, but didn't care for what I saw of him. Didn't understand why he was always yelling. But as I mentioned before, people that yell online, they somehow maintain followings. It's like sensationalism. Like they kind of get the bottom of the barrel audience and they can kind of lead them astray. They could take them really down to the dumps where they reside. Long as you're willing to be loud and wrong, somebody's going to follow you. It's crazy. But, yeah. Well, shit, man. Those are my stories for tonight. Just wanted to talk about some of the things that were going on in the world. I don't go live very often, but I wanted to come through because, again, these were things that I just had like little tidbits to talk about. These weren't like long form videos that I wanted to make of each of them. So I'm glad that y'all tuned in. Hey, we got 122 tuned in right now. What's good? Appreciate y'all tuning in. Where y'all checking in from before, you know what I'm saying, before I start winding down? Where's everybody at? How's everybody feeling tonight? I know I was talking and reading and getting into it, but since we are live, I would like to interact with y'all a little bit more before I go. So where's everybody at in the chat? How y'all feeling? Is there anything that you guys would like to suggest that I check out over the weekend that I might be able to do some content about? This is your opportunity to give suggestions. Suggestions do not guarantee that I will cover them, but I will look into them. Okay? So I'm going to give y'all a couple minutes to jump in the chat. Let me know what's happening. And then we're going to go. Okay? Daisha Michelle says hell can't be hot enough for this guy. That is a motherfucking fact. Markia says that's messed up. Kia was good. African Beauty. Oh, okay, sorry, I'm late to the live. No worries. It's all good. Someone else says hope he's sizzling in hell. Hey, turn that motherfucking turn the furnace up. Ashley Watts, I hope you got caught up. Yeah, I thought it couldn't get no worse, but here we go. Houston, what you mean Houston? Oh, you checking in from Houston. What's good? H-Time. Yeah, we talked about Megan earlier, you know what I'm saying? We talked about the hotties and how they popping off right now. Megan #1 on not only the Hot 100, but also the Global 200, which is a feat not too many people have actually been able to achieve. So shout out to Houston. South Florida in the building. San Antonio. Oh, we got a lot of Texas people. Damn. Buckhead. Oh, you in the city. Heck nah. We got Brooklyn in here. We got NC. We got a couple people in Brooklyn. What's happening? Nigeria in the building. DC. I'm fucking with it. Wavy Lady, you in Houston too? That's crazy. I didn't know we had so many Houston people in here. It must have been from the Turkey Leg Hut and the Megan stories. Got Dallas in there, motherfucker, man. But yeah, again, if there's anything that you would like to suggest that I check out over the weekend, y'all could put that in the chat. I greatly appreciate it. For sure, for sure. Oh, Kia, you super chatted? Man, come on. Shout out to me. Your stream looks amazing. Proud of you. Make sure y'all like the video. Hey, make sure y'all like the motherfucking video. Make sure y'all share it. Shout out to Kia. That's my homegirl, man. We go back. I appreciate the super chat. Got Rally NC in this mug. I love NC. Got a lot of love for NC. Shout out to Rally. Some of my favorite artists. Little brother come from Rally. Well, yeah, that's pretty much my show, man. Friday Night Live, like as I stated, this is gonna be something that I do from time to time, not every week, but moving forward, gonna be doing this a lot more. Texas really messed with Nolan. Hey, I'm messing with Texas too, man. You know, Texas and Atlanta, Houston and Atlanta specifically is like cousins right now, as far as the turned upness. So I get it. TR says I'm happy for Megan. I've been enjoying your videos from D-Town. What's happening with it? Ash Potatoes, relatively new subscriber. Appreciate your honest takes. I appreciate it. Nikki said I brought my squad. Oh, you brought your squad. Okay, you taking credit for it. No doubt, no doubt. Well, shout out to you and your squad. I appreciate it, Kia. Hey, y'all don't know, man. Y'all don't know how heartwarming this is. Cause I'm new to the live streaming game. I do this like once in a blue moon, but I'm gonna start doing this more. I'm gonna start actually doing some interviews, bringing some people on, and expanding on the content. Shout out to Miss Alabama from Montgomery. Gump in the house? Oh, shit. That's what's up. Oh, Nikki, thank you so much. For everybody tuned in, if y'all would like to check out some J Nolan music, I got a new album out called Southside Nolan. At the end of every video, I play a song called Let's Get It. If you've ever heard it or you've heard it on Jami That's Me's channel, which is my fiance. I'm sure you probably have because some of y'all follow her too. If you like the song, be sure to go check it out on any platform that you like, whether that be Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're an Amazon listener, it's not a lot of y'all, but they do pay well. So that would be greatly appreciated. And of course, I'm going to have new music videos and stuff coming as well. So if you're interested in the music side of it, I appreciate y'all. Some of y'all have let me know how much y'all enjoyed Southside Nolan as an album. I greatly appreciate that. But yeah, I'm going to actually... How's the little man? He's doing really well. I'm actually about to sign out and go check on him and see what he's doing now. As a matter of fact, I can't be on live too long because I gotta get back to my little man, my little twin. New subscriber. I enjoy your commentary and personality. Thank you so much. You said link my lady channel for sure. This is Jami That's Me. Let me know if y'all see it in the chat. But shout out to Alabama. Yeah. For some of y'all that might not have known, that's definitely my lady. Yep. Mactown, Macon, Georgia. What's happening with it? All right, y'all. I'm about to sign out. Much love. Shout out to everybody from Alabama, D-Town, Houston, Texas. Shit, Buckhead. Got some Atlanta people in here. I'm going to sign out. I will see y'all tomorrow with more content. Much love and respect. I hope y'all enjoy y'all evening. I'm glad that I was able to come on and get on here with y'all tonight. I'm about to sign out and go see my son. But I appreciate y'all. All right? Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. But drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they died of me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross some out, came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.